James Schramko, and I'm talking to my friend Ed O'Keefe, who's all the way over in the United States. You there, Ed?
Yeah, hey buddy. Great to be with you.
Always good to catch up. I know you're
Yeah.
always very busy. You've got lots of different projects on the go, and I wanted to talk to you today about some of the ideas and concepts that you'll be talking about at Fast Web Formula 3, our live event in October in Australia.
Yeah.
Now we got to meet each other at a special mastermind event where there was a few interesting business people with lots of different business ideas, and we really struck up a good relationship then because we're both very interested in marketing and business, and we've been able to catch up on all sorts of topics since then. But I think that the thing that you're best known for is grabbing a market, with both hands and turning that into many millions of dollars by using this information marketing concept. I'd love you to talk a little bit about that, give us some background and where you've been up until now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for letting me just be a part of your community and being a part of the event. I can't wait to be there. I'll tell you one thing is that the reason why we struck up a great relationship was because over the last few years I've been really studying I'm just on a mission to become better at everything I do, especially in business and as a parent and as a husband. And you are someone who I buy everything you put out because I think you're actually doing it. You're doing what you're teaching, and you test everything, and you got a great community. So I'm proud to be a part of it. So as far as so how did I get started? Well, my story's kind of it's kind of cool and unique, I guess, in the sense that I grew up in a blue collar family. I'm the 12th of 13 children, and I actually I was the first one, the youngest boy, and I got a volleyball scholarship to go away to school. And I'll give you the 30-second version, but I actually went in as the first one to go to school, got my degree in nursing, and I knew that there's no way I was going to, go into a profession or get a job. I just knew it. And so I decided to go out on my own. I thought I was going to be a professional motivational speaker. And after 4 years of struggling, I finally came across a Corey Rudl DVD. Goes back, 13 years, James, or something like that. And I was blessed to discover the opportunity in internet marketing. My first project that actually started making money was a website that was called volleyballsecrets.com. And this was a little niche site that I had created based on, years of, I played volleyball in college, then I started learning NLP, hypnosis, and just studied the mindset stuff for my dead broke years from 23 to 26. Then one crazy evening, I was sitting there at my computer and I got an email from a really well-known internet marketer who was selling a software for like $99 a month. And at the time I was selling a $47 product and $99 product, but my market at the time, the volleyball coaching market, there was only like 3,000 or 4,000 actually registered coaches in the nation. Now there's a couple of things that I would do differently today, and I'm glad I didn't know it back then because I probably would have made too much money and stayed in that market. But this guy was selling like a $99 continuity software package. Now that's really common now. Everybody's selling something like that. But it was so brand new, and I did the math in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's gonna get 1,000 people on it. He's gonna be selling $99 a month. This guy's gonna be doing 100,000 a month, and here I am struggling to make a few $100 a week. And I immediately decided that I needed to be in a business where I was teaching people how to make money. And so to give you the quick version, I hired a couple of consultants to guide me, and that is a theme you'll see throughout my whole life. I always think the smartest money is to get paid wisdom first and acquire talent and knowledge first, and then you can apply it to anything. And so I went into dentistry, and so at the age of 27, I was this young kid who didn't know, really, I was so wet behind the ears, but I was kind of too naive to know what I didn't know, and it was good because I ran an ad I made money, and then I just rolled that ad over. And that was 9 years ago, and we've sold, I think, over $35 million in coaching and consulting in a good 7.5 to 8 year period. And we still do it today. And we're always learning new things about the market. And I will say that there's some definite changes in verticals, especially when providing to local businesses and certain professions that have changed my original model, but there also has opportunity within it. So is that a good? And today, today we're doing a lot of different things too. So I'll talk about whatever you want to talk about, James.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I'm just curious, why did you choose dentists?
Very simple, but it's kind of counterintuitive, and it's one of the consultants at the time said, "Hey, we'll go get the yellow pages and make a list of every the profession or the occupation and how many people were advertising." And so I did the old school homework. I still remember sitting on the girlfriend at the time, her rug, going through on a pen and paper and marking out I think I had 40 different categories and 40 different professions, and then dentistry. I can't remember exactly the number but it was in the top 4 or 5. And the consultant said, "Well, that's a white collar market. That's exactly where I would go." And then the second thing was that there's a lot of trade magazines and there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of people already selling practice management, marketing, how to get new patients, services. So I already, you know what that means, but that means you got people that are obviously buying it, and so that's why we chose it.
Right. I noticed something about you is that you do your research. How important is that when you're starting new ventures?
Yeah, I think it's I think having a fact. Some of the best marketers that I know, have a high, strong fact finder, and that's like a term coming out of the Colby Profile. But they really, I think that fully understanding, and actually, you and I were talking about another internet marketer that we both respect, and he was telling me he'll spend a whole week on just 1 or 2 keywords and figuring out how to dominate it for SEO. And I thought to myself, I was like, my God, one of the biggest things that most people who are getting average results or not even good results is they don't know what to focus on the right things. And research in not only researching your market, but really, I think also researching the unique competitive advantage and the unique skill sets that make some people really successful within that market are really, really critical. Because here's a really good example is, and it can get really confusing, especially when learning from a lot of different gurus or coaches, is a certain model only works because, or the reason one person's model might work versus another person trying to implement it and getting the wrong results. There's a lot of factors, but some of it might just be their unique abilities and their skill sets don't match, and they don't have the passion for that certain model.